Greetings and salutations, everyone. Movie Watcher 123 here, and I know what we're going to do today. We are going to be talking about the best and worst moments of one of my favorite Disney Channel shows, Phineas and Ferb. That's right, Phineas and Ferb. One of my favorite shows on Disney Channel, and let me tell you, it's very entertaining. Once my friends join in, we'll get started. And while we're waiting, I'm going to put down the first episode. All right, let me see here. All right, here's the first episode. Roller coaster. Now you're probably wondering, what is this show? No, what's this episode about? Well, I'll tell you. Phineas and Ferb construct a roller coaster inspired to create a better one after being unsatisfied with a past one that they saw at the county fair. Meanwhile, Perry stops Dr. Doofenshmirtz from reversing the Earth's rotation with a large ball of tinfoil. The ball picks up the roller coaster, stopping Candace from busting Phineas and Ferb. So, this show is about two stepbrothers, Phineas and Ferb, trying to make time for the summer vacation that they're having. And Phineas always goes like, I know what we're going to do today. They come up with ways to have fun on summer vacation, but like always, Candace, their older sister, always tries to like bust them and is always unsuccessful. So yeah, she keeps on doing it. She tries to show her mom, but like always, it's too late. The invention they were making always disappears before Candace has a chance to even expose them. Yep. It's a habit. Anyway, I give this episode a 10 out of 10. All right. Let me put down the next episode. Let me see here. Okay. Next one, Long Gnome Beach Party of Terror. Another one of my favorite episodes. Now, this episode is about when Phineas and Ferb construct a backyard beach in order to survive the intense heat wave that has struck their city. Meanwhile, Perry has to halt the destruction of all the lawn gnomes in the tri-state area by Dr. Doofenshmirtz. When Candace's friends tell her Jeremy is at the backyard beach, Candace decides to interfere and have fun. Until Mom arrives, Doofenshmirtz's invention sends all the local lawn gnomes out of an artificial volcano, and Perry drains out all of the water. Yep, that about does it, right? Just as Candace was having fun, everything has to go. But hey, at the end of the episode, lots of long gnomes were scattered everywhere. Alright. And in case you're wondering, I have this profile picture of Isabella Garcia Shapiro, leader of the Fireside Girls, Troop 46231. And let me tell you, she has an intense crush on Phineas. Why? I don't know. But she's in love with him. And anyway, I give Long Gnome Beach Party of Terror 5 stars, a 10 out of 10. Okay. Next one, flop stars. Notice the spelling of stars. This one has a Z. Now, in this episode, Phineas and Ferb's song Gitchy Gitchy Goo becomes a one-hit wonder and brings them worldwide fame, while Candace wins a chance to sing on stage with them during the auditions for a reality music competition. Yeah, music competition. Meanwhile, Doofenshmirtz turns his building into a giant robot to wreak terror upon the tri-state area. So yeah, Phineas and Ferb were forming a band called PFT. That's Phineas and the Ferb Tones, with Isabella and the Fireside Girls as their backup singers. Their latest song, Gitchy Gitchy Goo, became a worldwide success and made them very famous. Until at the end of this episode, that they're retiring from music. Well, that's that. Someday I too would like to perform live on stage. Anyway, I give Flop Stars 10 out of 10. Okay. Let me see here. Next episode, The Fast and the Phineas. The boys transform Mom's car into a remote controlled race car and enter it into a race. Meanwhile, Doofenshmirtz uses his new invention, the Deflatinator, which is curiously mounted to a blimp, to try to deflate everything in the tri-state area. Wow. So they enter into a race, and in the end, Phineas and Ferb won a trophy. Well, yes, that's what happened in the end of the episode. Yep. And about Isabella Garcia Shapiro, she always asks Phineas, "What you doing?" That appears to be her catchphrase or go-to, whatever you think. Anyway, it's a good episode, and I give it 10 out of 10. All right. Mhm. All right. Next one, Light Candace Action. Now, in this episode, Candace stars in the movie The Princess Sensibilities. However, she finds out that new directors Phineas and Ferb have changed it to The Curse of the Princess Monster. Meanwhile, Doofenshmirtz creates an age accelerator to age Cheese, but ends up trying to age Perry. So yeah, there are some funny parts in this movie. You know, the camera always being hit. No, wait a minute. Was it that? Candace, she tries to rise herself to the big time by starring in a movie. But hey, at least she was famous for some time. Okay. Well, at least he was able to act out in the scene. Anyway, I give this episode 10 out of 10. All right. While I'm still waiting for someone to join in, I'm going to talk about the next episode. Here's the next one. Raging Bully. When Buford challenges Phineas to a thumb wrestling competition, Phineas receives training by boxing champion Evander Holyfield. Doofenshmirtz creates a hypnotic device to control people's minds so they will be forced to celebrate his birthday and clean up afterwards. Yeah, so it all started when Phineas accidentally spilled something on Buford, and just as he was about to beat the shit out of him, Isabella chimes in and stops him in his tracks. Buford, you do not want to mess with him. He's very sensitive. You make him mad, he'll most likely put the hurting on you. So, in the end, they decided to call it a draw. Okay, let me see here. I give Raging Bully a 10 out of 10. Alright. Alright. Here's the next episode. Candace loses her head. The boys plan to carve Candace's face into Mount Rushmore for her birthday. Perry tries to prevent Doofenshmirtz from boring a tunnel to the People's Republic of China from Mount Rushmore. So in this episode, it was Candace's birthday and she wanted to have fun somewhere. She wanted to go to the mall, but unfortunately, she got dragged into going to Mount Rushmore. Apparently, it was Phineas and Ferb's idea. And unfortunately, she did not like that. But she tried to make use of it, and she saw Jeremy working there, I think. It's been a long time since I've seen this episode. However, Phineas and Ferb were at the monument trying to plan, plan us make a surprise gift for Candace with the help of Isabella and the Fireside Girls. When Phineas asked Isabella to be a lookout, she climbed all the way to the top of the tree so fast. I mean, you gotta see it to believe it. Anyway, I give this episode 10 out of 10. All right. Okay. Here's the next episode. I Robot. Now, in this episode, The boys clone themselves as Finadroids and Furbots, you know, robot versions of them, so they can get more projects completed. Doofenshmirtz tries using a giant magnet to erase messages he left on his girlfriend's answering machine. So, Phineas and Ferb want to get more projects done, but they couldn't do it by themselves, so they made robot versions of them. But unfortunately, they spiral out of control and they try to stop them, but were unsuccessful. Yep, that was a mistake. Anyway, in the end of this episode, a picture of Candace accidentally fell on top of their robot making machine and it made a robot version of Candace. That's something you don't see every day. Huh. Wow. Anyway, I give iRobot 10 out of 10. Now, excuse me. Be right back. I'm back now, and let's get started by talking about the next episode. Okay. All right. Runaway Runway. Now, in this episode, Candace tries to become a fashion model, while Phineas and Ferb create a fashion collection entitled Summer All the Time. Doofenshmirtz designs a machine to create clones of himself so they can wait in line for him. So yeah, Phineas and Ferb try to become the next greatest fashion designers in the world by coming up with a new fashion trend themselves. In the end of the episode, it was Doofenshmirtz's fashion that ultimately won over everyone. So yes, in the in this episode, I give it a 10 out of 10. Okay. Okay, let's see here. All right. Here's the next one. The Magnificent Few. In this episode, as a side effect of Doofenshmirtz's plot to use termites to destroy all the wood in the area to help his new aluminum siding business, Phineas, Ferb, and Isabella try to wrangle a herd of cattle from a ranch that were set free by the termites destroying their barn. So, yeah, a herd of cattle got loose, and so Phineas, Ferb, and Isabella tried to wrangle them back before they wreak havoc all over the city. And they did. So, yes, it's a good episode. You should see it. I give it a 10 out of 10. Okay. All right then. Okay. Swinter. Now, in this episode, the boys use a snow cone machine to create a winter paradise during the middle of summer in their backyard. Candace tries to pursue Jeremy, who she thinks dropped her for a Swedish exchange student, and Doofenshmirtz tries to melt chocolate with a machine made from laser pointers. Yep. So that's it. So they were trying to have like a winter party in their backyard. All right. So they were they were successful having a winter wonderland in their backyard until it was melted. But it wasn't a total loss. Isabella's mom had hot chocolate for everyone, and that's nice. You know, I haven't had hot chocolate in a long time, but it can't hurt to go back and drink some. Anyway, I give Swinter a 10 out of 10. Oh, in case you're wondering, this foreign exchange student Dee Dee is not a girl, is a boy. So yeah. Okay, let's see what episode to put next. Let's see here. All right. Here's the next episode, Jerk des Soleil. Now, episode, in this episode, the boys create a circus for their neighborhood after their original circus plans are cancelled. While Jeremy gives Candace wild parsnips without knowing that she is allergic to them, Doofenshmirtz creates a device to make people's voices higher so his own voice will seem lower, but instead it gets even higher. Note: this episode is available on the Days of Summer DVD along with the Toy to the World episode. So yeah. Alright, I give Jerk de Soleil, however you pronounce it, 10 out of 10. Alright then. Let me see here. Okay, next episode. Are You My Mummy? The boys visit an Egyptian-themed movie theater and attempt to get a mummy of their own, but they end up capturing Candace, who is wrapped in toilet paper. Doofenshmirtz tries to raise the city's water level by destroying a beaver dam, so his real estate will become beachfront property. Now, note, this episode is available on the Fast and the Phineas DVD along with the Flop Stars episode. Hang on, be right back, you guys. Anyway, I give Are You My Mummy 10 out of 10. Hey guys, I'm back now, and we're gonna talk about the next episode. Okay, here's the next episode. Ready for the Bettys. Now, Candace and her friend Stacy, her best friend, travel on a tour bus with the Bettys, but later realize they're only being used as servants. Meanwhile, the boys accidentally discover Perry's lair and are sent onto a mission intended for him. So Perry tries to prevent the boys from putting themselves in harm's way by whatever means necessary. And yes, nearing the end, Phineas and Ferb fell into Isabella's pool, right where she's lounging. Yep, that was a mistake. Alright, I give Ready for the Betties 10 out of 10. Wait a minute. Alright. Alright, let's see which episode to talk about next. Alright. Huh. Hmm. Now, you may be familiar with this episode. I don't know if you've seen it, but I'm going to tell you right now what it is. I Scream, You Scream. Now, in this episode, this may touch many, but I'm going to tell you what it is about. In this episode, the boys try to make a giant ice cream maker for Isabella after her tonsils are taken out. Doofenshmirtz, however, tries to build a giant space laser, while Vanessa is staying with him for the weekend. Meanwhile, Candace, as usual, is trying to bust Phineas and Ferb at the same time as Vanessa is trying to bust her dad, Dr. Doofenshmirtz. Ironically, Linda Flynn Fletcher and Charlene, Doofenshmirtz are attending a cooking class together. So yeah, Isabella is sick in bed because her tonsils have been taken out. Her throat still hurts like crazy, and she's unable to attend any fun activities with Phineas and Ferb. So they decided to make her some ice cream to cheer her up. How kind are they, you ask? Very kind. Yep. In the end, they made her some ice cream. They cheer her up. And I don't know if you've noticed this, but I think Ferb, however, has a crush on Vanessa, despite the fact that she's older than him. Right. Now, let me see here. Let me see here. I give Ice Cream, You Scream a 10 out of 10. All right. All right. Let's see. What other episode should I talk about next? All right. Here's the next one. Toy to the World. All right. After Candace sarcastically suggests that they can make a better toy than the Hardy Heart Toy Company's Shimmy Jimmy, Phineas and Ferb design an in-action figure based on their pet platypus. Meanwhile, Doofenshmirtz plots to build toll booths to enter the and exit the tri-state area so he can become rich. Note: this episode is available on the Days of Summer DVD along with the Jerk de Soleil episode. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen this episode before. It's quite alright. Okay. Alright, let me see here. Alright. What episode should I put next? Let me see. Let me see. You might be familiar with this episode. Get that Bigfoot out of my face. Now, in this episode, Candace and the boys visit their grandparents at a lake house, and the children try to scare her with a fake Bigfoot, but then their grandma's twin scares them with a more lifelike Bigfoot. Although I didn't know that their grandma had a twin sister. Perry is trapped in Doofenshmirtz's love triangle as he bursts in while on a date. Yeah, so they were having a fun time at their grandparents' lake house, and they try to scare away Candace with a Bigfoot replica. Unfortunately, she didn't buy it. So, yeah, Bigfoot. Like anyone's gonna believe that malarkey. Okay, I'm gonna talk about this last show, episode, then I'm gonna end the stream. Okay, here's the last one. It's a mud world. Now, in this episode, the boys invent a monster truck for Candace to practice driving. Unfortunately, she's having trouble with her parallel parking. But soon, her practice run turns into a massive racing rally. Doofenshmirtz tries to discover investors for his line of monster trucks that are actual monsters. Note, this episode is available on the Days of Summer DVD along with the Ballad of Badbeard episode. And this episode guest stars Billy Ray Cyrus as Buck Buckerson. So yes, so basically what I'm trying to tell you is that Candace was having trouble with her parallel parking. So Phineas and Ferb trying to help her out. Parallel parking. So Phineas and Ferb trying to help her out. Parallel parking. Yes, it's true. And during the race, she was nicknamed the truck driving girl, which she is because she was driving a monster truck. Yeah, Buck Buckerson was voiced by Billy Ray Cyrus, a guest star on this episode. And I would give this episode a 10 out of 10. How would you rate this episode? Let me know. Uh, if you wish to come in, do you need me to provide the link? I would do that. Now, before I end the stream, is there anything you wish to say to me on which live stream I should make next? Let me see here. Yes, I know. Why nobody joined the live stream today? Trust me, I'm trying to provide as many live streams as I could, but unfortunately, nobody is joining in today. People just watch for a little bit and then leave. Yep. That's it. Anyway, this has been a successful live stream. I don't understand why nobody joined, but if you have any ideas on which live stream I should do next, feel free to comment down below. And if you like what you see, hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Well, I gotta go now. It's the end of the live stream. And like always, feel free to comment down below on which live stream I should do next. And I'm Movie Watcher 123, and I'd like to thank you all for coming, and I'll see you next time. Till then, stay cool.